All right, so we're back at it again. A love experience. I got myself, James Hill.
And Dr. Amber Hill.
Who we got in the building today?
Oh my God. Hi, Sora.
Delta
You're such a
takeover.
doctor now.
Delta
oh my
takeover.
God, I'm
No.
so happy. You know
Let me
it.
get that out the way.
Delta takeover. You know you gotta be
You know how
careful.
we do.
Go ahead and
You know
stroll,
how
go
we
ahead and
do.
stroll around the
that's
table.
what I'm
Get your
saying.
Right, you
Yeah,
ready? You
I know.
ready?
Yeah.
And we can talk
We're
about
gonna
that.
put y'all. We're gonna put y'all on
Married to
time.
a Delta.
We're gonna
Exactly.
put you on
It's the best
time
thing
out.
ever. It's the
We're
best
gonna-
thing that you could have ever done.
So they
You
say.
know it. You know it.
So they
So
say.
My
men,
stores remind you
Yeah,
all the time.
get
the
you a
best
Delta.
You could have did was get you a Delta.
Get
You
you
They
a
got
get them
Delta.
red
that
boxes.
experience.
Lord.
Them red boxes. Them red boxes.
we
I'm
the
telling you.
best. We the best.
I'm trying to
And
tell
we
you.
took
Oh my
over this
God.
weekend.
So we're-
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did y'all
Oh, to
thing.
be a Delta.
Y'all did y'all thing.
So
Oh
we
my
thank y'all guys once again for coming on the episode.
Most definitely,
If y'all
yes.
guys can just introduce yourself, tell us about
Yes.
who y'all are, how many years y'all been married.
Long.
Well, it ain't been
Little
that
bit long.
long. It ain't been
No,
that
it
long.
ain't been
Like
that
a long
long.
time. I'm
No,
just
no, no. Well, I'm George Lee.
And I'm Kesha Lee.
All right. And we've been married for 6 years. No, 5 years.
Oh my God. You don't
No,
remember?
I'm thinking about 2018.
Okay.
We've
yeah.
been married for 5 years.
5 years.
This past May
Yep.
26th.
And y'all been
May
together how
26th.
long?
We've been together eight
8
years.
years.
Okay.
8 years. We
Matter
met
of fact,
in
the anniversary of when I asked you to be my
Yes.
girlfriend. Watch. What was the date?
it was August. No, what's this month? August. It was right before my birthday. So the 11th or 12th?
August 3rd.
August 3rd.
man.
I'm sorry. We passed the date. That's my bad. Because,
Right.
you know,
So
August is
8
all about my birthday month.
Right.
And I celebrate all
So
year.
eight years
all
ago,
month.
8 years ago, and about a week and a
Yes,
half ago, I
August
asked her to be
3rd.
my
He
girlfriend.
Okay.
did.
So
He
how
did.
did y'all meet?
Oh my God.
Who
on
approached
Facebook.
you?
He did.
Well, yep.
Tell
So,
'em how.
Through
so
social media.
yeah,
Social
Facebook, most
media.
definitely. So I was
Yes.
posting Dear Future Wife posts every day, daily. You know, Dear
Every
Future, just
day.
trying to manifest. I was recently divorced, and I was looking. So, and I
He
think
was
at that point
looking.
I dated. I had
Right.
my fun. I
A
was like, I'm
lot.
ready to get
A lot. You was out there like that, George.
I was out there. But I was out there honestly. I was honestly
Right.
out
Yes, you
there.
were. He was.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
give him that.
You know what? So
Was it because of divorce that you was out there?
Well,
to release
you
some
know
of your
what?
stuff?
You know what it was, and I told her this. My grandmother, God rest her, so she told me I was a serial monogamist years ago, because I was. Every time I had a girl, that was it. I didn't date. I focused on one. So I just heard my grandmother, just her voice, date. You're not really dating. So I said, this time I'm going to for real date.
Okay.
So I was dating multiple. I was honest about it. My intentions were genuine and all of that. But then there came a time I'm like, you know what? So I'm ready to really hone in on somebody special. So I started posting Dear Future Wife
So
posts.
you was ready to find love again.
Yeah, I was ready.
So for all my
Now-
people
And I
that
waited for
haven't have been divorced
Yeah.
or been separated for their significant other, he is telling y'all you can still have love and find that true special love partner.
just make sure it's imperative you take that time to let that baggage slide off. Because there were things that I didn't even realize that I was still carrying when I was dating that came up in dating that I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready.
Right.
So kind of that was a way for me to get to know myself again, because I wasn't the same person from 2000. The last time I was single prior was 03. And that was 11 years prior. I was not the same. I was the same person foundational, but not as far as
Internally, spiritually.
yeah. So I had to get to know George again. So the dating process actually helped me to get to know me again. So it was when I knew I was ready. I'm like, I started posting these Dear Future Wife. Just my Dear Future Wife this, Dear Future Wife that. So this one,
it caught your
So
eye so
now-
well.
Did y'all,
You know
but did
what?
y'all meet in Columbus or where'd y'all?
In Columbus.
In Columbus.
In Columbus.
Yup,
Yeah.
in
So it
Columbus.
caught your eye so
Yes.
hard.
So I thought when I saw his post, because I'm like, why are we friends? Maybe we went to college together. Like,
Right,
who is
right.
this guy? Every week or every day, I'm looking on Facebook and his post is everywhere. Dear future wife, dear future girlfriend. Like, who is it? And I looked at some of our mutual friends, and they went to like Central
Yeah, a lot of-
State
yeah.
and Wilberforce. I'm like, he has to be from either. He can't be from the Woo, because I know everybody from the Woo.
Right.
So he went. I was like, maybe it's Central State. So either way, I still was just like, okay, I like what he's speaking. He had books. He was selling his book, Love Her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was also posting these little posts about what he would do when he found his future wife.
Ooh.
And so one post was like, I'm going to be this and that. And I was like, thank you. That's all I said.
Yeah, because
Thank
usually
you.
Yeah.
That's it.
the reason
Because that's how I
she
want my man to love me.
Yes.
and honestly, she was the only one I ever responded to because it was different.
Yeah.
Like you would have
You
women.
knew it was different
Yeah,
through
I'm like,
social
thank
media.
you. Yeah, well, it was. I used
You
to get a
got
lot of
wedding
responses.
dresses.
Yeah, I had one girl that posted a wedding dress.
Like, let's get
or,
married.
What's up then, Zaddy?
up?
Or
Yeah.
you know, but
Dang.
her comment, thank you.
Yep, that's it.
Genuine.
So I'm like,
That's
okay.
what we do so well.
It was simple. So I inboxed her and I said, okay, well, so
In
that
my
was for you
DM.
then. Right. And I'm like, so that was for you then? She was like, yep, that was for me. I said, well, it was for you then. Can I take you out?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how you hit.
That's
Yeah.
how he did.
I said, if it's for you then,
Yeah,
if
that's
it's for,
it.
yeah, if you, okay.
That's smooth. That
Can I
was
take
smooth.
you
Now, the
out?
part that she was talking about prior to this recording, she talking about she left me on pause.
I did.
It was, no, she, shout out to my bonus daughter, Anaya, but Naya was headed into her first job.
Yep, my
Okay.
daughter.
And so she had some business to take care of in terms of getting her birth certificate or
Yep,
something.
all of that.
So she was like, well, look, because I already had I'm a planner.
Yeah,
So
he
I'm
is
like,
a planner.
I'm a planner. I'm like,
I love
look,
that about
we
him.
could Saturday, skippity boo, we can go here. Well, hold on, I got something to do. My daughter, I got to get her driver's license. She got this job. I'm like, okay. So I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait.
You let her know.
So yeah, so maybe it wasn't that long, and I got the receipts. So
I got the
I still
evidence.
got
He
yeah.
got the
I
receipts. He got
receipts
all the
in my
evidence.
phone.
Oh my God.
I mean,
All the
all I gotta do
evidence
is go to
he got.
Messenger
All the
and
Yes.
bam.
He keeps them all.
So
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
most
tell the
definitely.
story. You can tell the
Yeah.
story.
So several days later, she hit me up like, okay, what's up? So
Yep.
I had to play. So we met at Adobe Gillis.
No, we
No.
originally were supposed to meet at.
No, we was originally supposed to meet at the other spot that's no longer there.
It's called.
It was the one in the corner.
From Adobe
That's
Gillis. in
from Adobe
Easton.
Gillis, but they
used to
closed
be
it.
Called, they're closed now. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's on the tip of my
The
tongue.
tip of my tongue, I
remember.
can't remember. So instead,
I
fr-
picked Adobe Gillis because
Yeah.
I love the music over there.
the music.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
the music.
So that was our first date.
Yeah,
so
we went over there.
they
So
played
how the first date go?
Oh, we had
wonderful,
an amazing
wonderful,
time.
very honest,
Yes.
which is what I wasn't used to.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From me, because he asked me if I was dating. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
just went on a date
Yeah.
last week.
I was like, oh.
That's why she paused.
was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Like,
See,
I just went to a wedding with another guy, and we
Yeah,
work
I
out
was-
together.
Yep.
Like we kicking
But at least
it.
you were
I
honest.
was
Yeah.
honest, and he appreciated that about
yeah,
me
because I was dating two other girls.
Yeah, but he
and,
told me he had
Dang,
two other
two-
girls.
yeah, I was
Great.
dating
Two
three,
years
but
old.
she was the one
He was selling
that,
those books, girl.
Oh, Lord. That's Lord.
Love her.
I did.
I know you. You know who you
She's
are.
like-
all of you.
You know what?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Lord.
I didn't know.
But yeah,
you.
very honest day. Very what
Yeah.
always sticks out, and I tease her about it. Is two things that stuck out. I'm a hip hop head.
Yeah.
So she knew a lot of the lyrics to the old school hip hop songs. So they was playing a lot of old school hip hop that
Yes,
night.
they were that day.
And then she kept complaining about the chair.
Yeah.
Cause her derriere couldn't fit in the chair. They don't make these for big girls and voluptuous.
Hips, yeah,
So
I've heard.
those were the that had me
they got
cracking up.
dumb.
I know.
Right.
I was like, we're gonna talk. This
Yep.
chair ain't working.
Yeah. So
But the music
those are the
is
two
good,
things that
and
I
I like
remember.
you. Let's
Yeah.
sit.
So that was that. So that was a very, very nice first
Yeah.
date.
So
we
how
had a
did you
great
know that she was the one?
Well, I knew. Okay, so we started dating.
Besides that, thank you.
Yep. In April, we started dating. So the other two I was dating just faded away. It wasn't nothing bad that happened. I just woke up every day wanting to spend time with her.
That's
I didn't really,
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm
the other, no, I want to do something with Kesha. I want to see Kesha again. So I'm like, the other two, we just, yeah. And so it was I remember talking to my best friend, like, man, I'm gonna do it old school. I'm gonna ask her to be my girlfriend, like
Oh.
old school.
That's respect.
So
Yeah.
we used to go to the outdoor concerts at Easton every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. So I said I'm gonna ask her Wednesday. It was August 3rd, 2016. So I had my little speech prepared. So she was coming straight from work at Chase. I had our seats ready. She came on over. I said, hey, you
Right.
still dating the one dude? She was like, no, I haven't really been out with him a while. What about you? No, it's been like a month. I was like, look, can I want you to be my girlfriend.
Mhm.
She was
You
like,
ain't hit her with a spoon. You ain't hit her with a palm.
no,
No, it's being
No,
straight.
I started
No,
to write
right.
out the little
No
boxes
phone
and I
yet.
started to do that. But she said, yeah, and that was it.
Yes.
So that's when I knew. That's when I knew she was the one I wanted to have as my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Now marriage, that was kind of easy. That was the next year. I mean,
So good.
you know what? It was just feeling comfortable,
Yeah.
feeling like, okay, she my safe space. I'm 45. It's like, come on, let's
Right.
do this.
Right.
So I remember talking again to my friends, and I think my one cousin. I started shopping for a ring. I got the ring on my lunch when I was at work. Excited. And I had it for like a whole month before I asked her, and I proposed Christmas Eve, 2017.
So did you, because you guys are coming in from a blended perspective.
Yeah, and I talked.
Yes.
Yep.
And did you have a conversation with your son
yes.
before you?
Both.
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 And
I
the
had look.
ex-wife.
And
Everybody.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
whole family. The whole family. Yeah, yeah.
Well, number one,
I
shout out to my
son right off
shout out to my son Justin.
We
So
love
I
him, my
told.
bonus son.
Yep. So I had a talk with him. He never met anybody I dated. I just don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I got shared custody.
Yes.
So the weeks I didn't have them is when I would date. The weeks I did have them, I would date lightly, like maybe they come through when he go to sleep.
Right.
But he never met
selling them
anybody.
books,
Now
selling
he
them
almost met
Right.
her once before because she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a brief, cute story. So she was like, "I'm not feeling well. Oh my God, can you bring me some ice cream?"
It was vanilla bean.
Vanilla
and
bean
I wanted
ice
an
cream.
apple pie.
So Justin is with me. He's with me. We're running errands, and I said, "Hey, my friend is not
I
feeling
wanted
well."
something sweet.
He was like, "Okay." He's like 5, 6. He was young. No, he was like 8.
8.
So he's not dumb, So
Right.
I'll
You
park the
just
car. I'm like, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna
You
take
sit in
this
the
in to my
car. You
friend."
sit-
So he said,
Go see my
"Okay."
lady, yeah.
So I guess I was in there for longer than what he thought. So I come outside. He was like, "Daddy, were you in there kissing your friend?" I'm like, "No, that's my friend."
Justin, he did.
I'm like, "That's my friend. Like, what are you talking about?"
Right.
You
So
kissed.
whatever.
Now
So-
you know.
Now you know.
Now he knows.
Right. So towards the time I had when I knew I was gonna propose, I had a talk with his mom and said, "Look, the girl I've been dating is serious.
Okay.
I'm gonna introduce him to you, and I want you to meet her as she meets him." That's just how I always
Oh,
envisioned
that's
it.
dope.
Yeah, I don't
y'all
play.
were straightforward.
It
and
was
I
a
don't
great,
play that.
It was a great meeting.
Yeah.
It was, and I was like, oh my God, I was at work, like all that. I think you told me like earlier that week, and we
Yeah,
met
I
on
gave
like
you
a
about a
Thursday,
weekend,
Friday.
yeah, because it was
And
gonna
I
be
was
on
at
the
work
weekend.
like, oh my God, girls.
Cause you
I'm about
nervous?
to meet his ex-wife. Oh
And
my
then
God. Call my bestie. Shout out to Shemaine. I'm like, girl, I'm about to meet his ex-wife. I don't know how this is gonna go. And when I got to his apartment, she wasn't there yet. And then
'cause
she
you came
I
first.
came first.
Justin was upstairs. Justin hadn't even seen her
upstairs,
yet.
yep,
So
and-
she was downstairs. Justin was upstairs.
Yep. And then she came in and she said, I was so nervous to meet you. I said, I was so nervous to meet you too.
So they both.
And so we really
Yep.
hit it off in that moment. And she shared something that I always carry with me. Is that she said, he's a good man. He just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she says, when he's with you, and
Yep.
it's all about you.
Yep.
He just wasn't for me.
Mm.
And so, I always, it's like, well, damn, he's good, like, where's that
Yeah, because
coming
when she
from?
left, you were like, "Why did y'all?
Why did y'all break up? Because I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much all she said. He's a good man. He just wasn't for me.
Mhm.
And I just never really knew what that meant.
Mhm.
But again, I wanted to get to know him for myself. And that's what
Yeah.
I was doing. I didn't want to go off of anything that she
Mm-hmm.
said. And she didn't share much. She just made that
Next
statement.
statement.
Mhm.
And she says, but when he's with you, he's with you. And he has been. George has been consistent throughout our dating, throughout our when we got engaged, and through our marriage. He has been the same.
But then you know how dope that is, like to share a healthy story of
The family
that transition
dynamics, yeah.
of a blended family, because
Yes.
it does not always go well, and we always hear the negative stories,
Yes.
right? So I'm happy that you guys are sharing a positive
Yes.
story and sharing what it looks like and what it feels like to have that transition. 'Cause it
Yes.
is a huge transition for all parties
Yes,
involved,
it was.
right?
It was. And that's how it started.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not going to say it stayed that
It's
way.
been rough. Right. It's been rough. It's been rough.
Right.
It's been
It's been rough.
challenging.
Mhm.
And I still don't know why it changed from that. Because honestly, that day I said, "Oh, this is gonna be rainbow and roses. We good over here."
Right.
Now,
Birthday parties, I'm there. Everything's good. And then literally, I think once the engagement happened, things kind of
It started
Yeah.
to cease.
The new
seriousness.
reality.
Yeah.
now
reality
what was
hit.
most exciting for me in that beginning though was the kids.
Yes.
Just me and I used to take Amarion, my bonus son. Shout out to my bonus son. I used to take my way of bonding with him was, hey, start going to my barber. Do you mind? And I asked her, do you mind if he starts going to my barber? Because that way I can get to know him.
Right.
So the weeks I didn't have Justin, I would take Amarion with me to my barber.
To have that
That was my
one-on-one
way
time.
because I got to find some time alone with this dude to see who he is.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was one Saturday where Anaya was at home and me and Justin and Amarion went to the barbershop. I'm like, this is the day I'm going to talk to all three of them in the same, you know. So I get to the house and it was perfect because you were out with your friends
Yeah,
at
I
Easton.
was. Mhm.
And Naya was in the kitchen and I brought Justin in and Amarion. I'm like, hey, y'all, I want to talk to y'all. And I told them and I even showed them the ring and they were like, oh. I was like, y'all cannot say anything. Please keep, because this was like a whole couple of weeks before I was going to do it. So I'm like, please, and I was most scared of Amarion because
Yeah.
that dude
He has a mouth.
with his goofy son.
Because he was
Because there was a
looking-
couple
he was
times
looking,
he-
he was like,
He
oh my
almost
God.
slipped up.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
there was 2 times we were
Tell me
watching
one
TV.
time. Tell us some
He
one time.
made a- he was like,
yeah. He was like,
George, how do you go about getting somebody's fingers?
size
I
or
know you
something
looked
like
at-
that.
Did you-
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
pick
he
up
did.
on it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was like,
Remember
what did they
that?
talk about? I remember that we were
I'm
watching
like-
a movie or something. I
He's
think we were
like,
watching a movie
you like,
together.
hey, look, bruh.
And I had already been kind of like talking to him because pretty much the whole that last month before you asked me to get married, all of my friends were getting engaged. A couple of my girlfriends.
What quick story?
And I'm like, oh
She's
my
sitting
God.
she's sitting on the edge of my
Another person's
bed.
engaged,
And
and I still don't have a
She's
ring.
sitting on
What's
the edge of my
going
bed in
on?
my
Did you say
apartment.
Yes,
She
I
don't
did.
even know the ring.
I did.
The ring is 3 yards away from her, hidden in a box.
But
in
she
my
came
closet.
at you like that.
She's sitting on the
did.
bed. She's scrolling.
I was scrolling on Facebook. I was like,
She's
proposal,
engaged.
proposal,
Everybody
proposal.
getting engaged but me. And I'm looking at her like, nah, I'm about to take this ring back if she don't shut up. The ring is literally 3. I'm looking at the ring. She don't even, I'm
But
looking
she
at the
knew
ring in
what
the
she
closet.
wanted.
You knew
I
what
did.
you
And y'all-
wanted.
and then that's
I
the
knew
thing.
it. I knew it.
But
I
I'm like,
loved
if she
him.
just
I
be
was in love.
patient, I'm gonna.
But that's the thing I respect about y'all guys. Y'all guys were open and
Oh,
honest.
yeah, from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Right. And intentional.
Yeah.
About everything. The whole dating process, the whole engagement, the marriage.
Mhm.
I mean,
And how to include all
Yeah.
parties in the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, that was always my
Yeah,
plan
that was
because
his plan,
I've
yeah.
I've had acquaintances who I'm like, why are they letting every
Mm-hmm.
dude see
Yeah.
to meet
Can't
the
do
kid
that.
or what?
Can't
I
I'm
do
like,
that
no,
either.
and I said I'm gonna do that different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I
I
used to feel
appreciate that.
I used to feel awkward. There was girls that used to flirt with me when I was with Justin,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this. I remember I took him to the playground,
Yeah.
and this one girl just started flirting with me. She was telling me what she cooked, and even he was like, "Daddy, she was flirting with you." And I'm like, "Yeah, why is she telling you what she cooked at that?" I'm like,
She
"Yeah,
was
she was
trying
trying
to
to get
entice you.
on.
That
Yeah,
shit
she was
I'm
trying
just trying
entice
to push my son
Yeah,
on the
oh,
swing."
yeah.
Minding my own
Minding my
business.
business,
Yeah.
being a father, and he's
Yeah.
telling me all the stuff she cooked.
I always tell everybody, I was like, I wouldn't know what life would be like because we've been married since we was adults, right?
Yeah,
Since
that's-
22,
that's-
23, right?
Yeah.
And to be out there, I was like, man, if something happened to me and James, I don't know. We just gonna be friends for
Yeah.
benefits.
Hey.
'Cause at the
We'll
end of the
live
day,
together.
ain't
Live down
too
the street
many
from
gonna-
each other.
Yes.
Right,
ain't
right.
no woman gonna be over my babies,
That's
right? Because
right.
y'all know I love my
Oh, yeah.
sons,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Kobe,
know.
the last one,
Yeah.
is gonna tell
Yeah.
you ain't my mama,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I
Right.
said, and I used to be like, babe, are you sure? Because he had that military life before, I said, baby, I don't want no knock at the door.
Right.
20 years later, talking
Oh.
about, I
Not
found you on
Yes.
23 and
Some-
21 and
some-
3.
But you never know what that's.
Some mixed child, some mixed baby.
Yeah.
And it had to go
Girl,
through.
I understand.
The baby mama and the
Yeah.
transition.
It's a lot.
I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, baby, thank the Lord. We been together for a long
Yes.
time because I don't know because I'm
Girl.
holy hood.
Yeah.
know.
I get
Well,
it, I get
y'all
it,
been
I
one of my
get it.
favorite couples for that
I
reason,
Right.
for real,
understand
for
that.
real.
I totally get it because
Yeah.
I told George, I was like, you know what? Oh my God, I think it's gonna be good. She likes me, your ex-wife. We're together, we're blending, and we had his birthday party together that I went to. Everything was good.
Then
and
boof.
then boom. So, I was,
So how
I
do
was
you-
hopeful.
So how do y'all deal with, for people who have to deal with other parties that you can't help it because you are,
Yeah.
baby
Family.
mamas,
Yeah. It's
how
family.
do you do that and still stay connected as a couple?
Well,
Because
I-
y'all,
I'll
cause
let
you
him
know,
say.
because that's,
I'll let him
Yeah,
go
I mean-
first.
first of all, you cannot change grown people.
Right.
You can't. The only thing I live by this mantra: you cannot control your situations. You can only control your responses. That's all you can do. And then kids do not listen to you, Lord. They watch you. Jesus. So all I can do is do what I'm supposed to do and do what's right to do. And I can't. That's pretty much it. And
Right.
and control my responses and continue to be the stand-up man and husband and father that I could be.
and do you guys communicate on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah, we've
yeah.
had to.
Oh
We've
yeah,
had to
yeah,
have
yeah,
serious
yeah,
conversations.
yeah. Most definitely.
And and that's pretty much it. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
Yeah.
and where the change came in, but
Yeah.
the change came.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep being who I am. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep being sweet, nice, and inviting.
Yes,
I
you
love
are.
my
I saw her
I
is.
love
She
my
is.
husband.
Yeah.
I love my bonus son. Hey, I love him. So
Right.
however you may feel or what you're going through,
Mhm.
that's on you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep doing the right thing here in this house, in the next house, wherever we go. I've always told George, I'm not trying to replace his mom. He has a mother.
Oh yeah.
I'm just a bonus addition
Yeah.
in his life
Mhm.
to help him flourish and grow and love on him.
Mhm.
That's
Yes,
it.
yes.
I will never take the place
Yeah.
of his mom.
Right.
And for that's it. And that's where I keep it. And if there's something going on, I tell George, hey, you handle that. But if I need to step in, I will.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
That's
let
it.
him handle that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. But just you just stay doing what, because the kids are always watching.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing. The best part about being a parent is you learn what they watch years later. You're like, oh, I didn't know you noticed. Yeah, I remember.
Right.
I'm like, oh wow.
They always watch.
Oh, yeah.
Always
They are.
Yeah.
watching.
They are.
Always. And the
Absolutely.
questions come later that
The
prove that
good
they
and
were
the
watching.
bad.
Yep, they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw. Remember you? You saw it? Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
But it's
when
life.
when we
Yeah.
don't
Life.
think they looking, right?
'Cause we
Right,
just-
but we
yeah.
don't think, and that's what I told him.
Yeah.
That's what George always say. He was like, babe, Justin's good.
Right.
Yeah,
He-
yeah,
he-
yeah,
He
yeah.
sees it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You keep being who you are, and
Yeah,
that's
just-
it. I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's
keep
it.
being the bonus mom that I am to him and love on him.
Oh yeah.
Like, we have
Yeah.
him week on, week off.
Right.
We look forward to him coming.
Yep.
It's his home. It's our home.
Mhm.
Hey, welcome home. Good to see you. How was your week?
And y'all have the best pictures. They be having the best family pictures.
And
that's it.
listen, that's all me. I love family photos.
See,
My
see,
family,
see?
they funny. I'm like, hold hands. They like,
Oh,
really?
my
We don't want to hold hands.
Girl,
But
he
Well,
be,
no, it ain't the
he
whole-
be, he be mad too. Oh
No,
my
but
God.
it be some of the corny
they
poses.
say my poses be corny.
No,
Like
George,
that.
they love. I
Some
love
of them.
I
But-
love them, George.
And then I'll
I
be like,
do
oh,
too.
But
man,
no,
we
the
gotta
corny
do
poses
this.
don't make it though, so you don't really see.
Oh.
Them the edits. Them they on the cutting flow. You don't
But
see
them
them.
the ones you need to release, because I mean,
Exactly.
people
I love
they're gonna
those.
love it.
I
It's
love
the-
it.
it's the
People need to
memories.
see it.
It's the
Yeah,
memories.
like
But
you
it's,
said,
and it's
the
not for like social media. You can
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the love is actually
Oh, yeah.
permeating through
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pictures, right?
Yeah.
and that's your
And
history.
y'all know I
Yeah.
love my pictures.
I know
Yeah,
we
oh,
love
yeah.
it. You
Good.
always.
I
You
know.
got the
I'll be like,
best
my
camera.
God.
Boop, boop.
I know.
Let's shoot.
Because
Let's
it's
this
memories,
weekend.
right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Right?
No, I
Yeah,
love
with the
pictures.
camera.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yep.
somebody might be gone,
Yeah.
pass
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
but I will
Yes.
always still have those. My
Those
family, my kids don't even say anything anymore about me making them dress alike, right?
Nah,
James be like, "Oh my God, here we
Oh,
go.
man.
You know your mom.
Right,
Hush, we
right.
gonna do this."
That, right, exactly.
then it's
Because you know
funny,
me.
the
But
kids
then
go
you're
through
always
their-
in my phone taking
Right.
my pictures.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, saving it, putting it, whatever. Get out of my pictures.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
complain.
So tell us a little bit about projects that you're doing.
Yes. So this book, which is basically how we met.
That's how
'Cause
we
I,
met.
Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah, because I sold her this book before we even went on our date. So
Yeah.
I wrote this book. Excuse me. Love her just out of desperation, because a lot of what I was seeing in the younger generation with how they were dating, like what? So I've been in financial aid for about 16 years now. Yeah, 16 years, and worked in colleges where I, just saw couples and their comings and their goings. And there was this one day where I was helping this young lady, and her boyfriend was waiting on her in the lobby. And I packaged her aid for her, and she gets up to go, and I followed them because I had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So I will never forget this because it's the first time I've seen this. So she was kind of lagging behind, and I guess he had to be somewhere. So he was like, "Hurry up, B, you taking too long." And she was like, and now I'm expecting it's about to go down because I know back in our day, like Queen Latifah said, "Who you calling it?" No,
If you
no. She was like, "I'm sorry, I'm coming." I'm like, "What?" Like
at that young age.
She broke it down.
She was like, "I'm sorry, I'm coming." I'm like, "What the? Did I just?" But
New generation.
that was like not the first time I saw that. After that, so I was blessed enough. I realized that I was blessed since I had a father who was home, who taught me how to treat a woman, who was there all the time. I saw him go to work. I saw him come home. My mother never had to look for him. He played with us on the weekends. And I knew that was rare because a lot of my friends, I didn't really meet their dads. So I learned a lot from him. So I'm like, let me put a book together with different areas of a relationship that I believe in that I saw from my dad. So that's where Lover comes from.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like letters to our fellow men. They're basically titled letters. The letter of communication, the letter of devotion, the letter of honesty.
So man, y'all better pick that up. Where can they?
Amazon.
I say where?
If you just put in George Lee Jr., Lover, Lover.
Okay. And what else do you? So
yeah,
George is humble. What is your other project?
You know what? So I do paint and sips. So the paint and sips. The what?
Private paint and sips.
So the paint and sips just came from one. Well, I used to do open mic poetry.
We tried that.
Yeah, we tried that.
Columbus, you didn't show up for us. That's okay.
Yeah, and then I had people after that asking, y'all don't do it no more because you ain't come. So I started doing poetry in Cleveland.
Wordplay Wednesday, that's what we called it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Wednesday. I came up with that name. Remember?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. It was a good name, and I said that's a good name.
I did.
So I still wanted to incorporate poetry somehow, but she took me to a paint and sip back in I never heard of paint and sips.
I think it's like 18. 19,
yeah, it had to be
the year before we got married.
It was 18.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is interesting. I'm like, and I'm an artist.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. It was maybe 20 people.
Yep.
Shout out to Nicole Burton.
Yep,
that's my boo.
Because I consider her an unofficial mentor.
Yeah, she
Because
is.
she does her thing.
Dope artist.
Dope artist.
Dope.
Shout out. So we there, and I'm like, okay, wow, I can do this. So it was some ladies at our table, and they was needing my help because Nicole was busy helping other people. So I started helping them, and I'm thinking, DJ, I could do this. So my man Dami Styles, shout out to Dami, DJ Dami Styles. Yep. So me and him talked about it, and we was like, let's do it. Let's start doing paint sips. But then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So COVID ended. We started doing them. My first official one was in Cleveland in December, I want to say 21. So I've been doing them for 2+ years now. Usually monthly I do. And then I love music. I'm a music head, all genres. So I do.
I'm trying to get them on Shazam.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on beat. Yeah. Because I'm not I listen to everything.
Yeah.
So when is your next paint and sip? Because you got something coming.
Yeah. August. Yeah, August 24th. Jill Scott. And I'm doing verses now. So I do music thing. Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu. So the DJ will play Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. We take requests. The canvases are drawn on. I make it easy for you. So you do not have, all you're really doing is coloring.
We have fun. We have
fun.
We have fun.
It's always a good time. So that one is at the HQ bar over there on Dublin Granville. That's August. And you can just go to my page, George Lee Jr. on Facebook, or Paint Poetry and Potions. And then September 14th, I got.
Is that the Usher one?
That's the Usher one.
Chris Brown.
Now, y'all ain't biting. I had a special today, $25.
You sure
Inbox
did.
me directly. But that's Usher versus Chris Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, man, football season, boy. I said,
Yeah.
you know, we gonna be gone doing. I said,
y'all be down.
Yes.
Usher versus
But like
Chris
you said, like we said, public, y'all need to support this brother because he's doing a lot of big things.
Beautiful
and
gifts.
we need the support. He needs the support
It's a fun time.
from the community, and you're gonna have a blast.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We do.
Probably the takeaway I feel it's always at least 2 to 3 women and if fellas, if I was single, I would be. I understand.
Show up.
99%, and usually most of the women there are single. Now there's a couple bros that come to everyone because they've caught on.
Right.
One bruh, he be getting numbers. He know what's up.
Right. It's
Single
gonna be
women.
more. It's gonna be more.
And then it'd be girl crews coming. Like
We
I'll have
do.
girl crews coming out from Toledo, Cincinnati.
Yes.
We pack it in anywhere. It's always a minimum of 30 people, and I've had up to 60, 65
Yeah,
people.
that was the biggest one. I
Yeah,
was like, ooh, we
65.
got
Yeah,
bigger
that was the
space.
Michael Jackson one.
Yes.
Yeah,
so any takeaways? Relationship. Give us some tips. Give us some tips.
You want to go first?
No,
Want me to
you
go
can
first?
go
You know
first.
what?
You know.
So
You're
relationships.
the relationship guru.
Yeah, I'm not the guru. You know what? No, I just feel like I call myself experienced. Like I said, I was blessed enough to have a dad to show me the ropes, and then just trial and error. But I would say my biggest thing, and she knows, is communication.
Explicit
Yeah,
communication.
healthy communication, comprehensive communication. There is nothing without it. If you would have asked me 30 years ago what was the most important thing, I would have said trust. Trust is two to me, right? It's communication. There is nothing without it. And that goes beyond relationships. That's
Yeah.
church, work, school.
Right.
If you don't communicate, it doesn't matter. And it's how you communicate. It's not the
what.
fact that you're communicating. First, you have to communicate,
Right.
but then you have to communicate in a healthy manner. That would be my thing. And I always tell her this. It's not you and them against each other. It's y'all against the world. 90% of the time, the problem is not something that somebody did. It's a problem. It's an isolated external problem. So you attack it as though it's a team to attack it.
team.
But we sometimes, a lot of us get caught up and we're attacking each other over an issue that nobody necessarily did. It's just a problem. So you got to always look at it as though you're a team. And I found the most successful couples, that's how they handle it.
Everything's a team.
Yep,
It is.
most
We're a
definitely.
Team Lee.
Hey.
Shout out to Team Lee.
Hey,
Lifetime membership.
there you go.
We locked in.
And what you
Through
got
it all.
for us? What you got for us?
What you got
I've
for
always,
Sower?
like, echo his sentiments, like ditto to everything that he says, because he's been married before. I've never been married, you know. So
But you always wanted to be
I've
married.
always wanted to be
Right.
married, absolutely. And I would have said too, I need to trust you, you know, and that's always been my thing. If I can't trust you, then we don't need to be together.
Right.
So, but in this marriage, in this relationship, finding out what love really is and what it means to truly be loved in the right way.
In the right way.
In the right way. Because, you know, single mom, 2 kids, figuring it out on my own,
Right.
you know, bad relationships, things of that nature. So a lot of that baggage I kind of brought into this relationship. And I'll never forget, I was like, oh my God, he's too good to be true. Oh my God, when is the bottom
remember
gonna
that
fall
phase.
out? Oh my God.
I remember that
you
phase.
Playing. Why you always posting
Waiting
about
for the
me?
other
You
shoe.
don't like me. You don't love me like
When it's
that.
coming.
And it
When is
wasn't that. It
coming?
wasn't as bad as she. It wasn't.
But
it wasn't that
again,
bad.
I wasn't used to that. I was
Yeah.
used to where you at, where you been, why you ain't call me. And with him, it wasn't like that. It was consistency across the board. He communicated with me. He showed up for me. And he, you know, so communication is definitely the key. I'm learning that within this and within our marriage.
But it's
'Cause
growth.
It's
It's
growing
growth.
because for me, I don't always communicate. I can shut down
We
because
do.
I'm used to figuring it out on my own because I've had to figure it out on my own. So I mean, it is. I
Right.
shut down, and I have to remember that he's not those other guys. He's not what I've dated before. He wants to talk. He wants to know. He wants to communicate.
He wants all
He
of you.
wants all of me.
I love
Mentally,
And that's what he
physically,
loves,
spiritually.
you know, and we talk about, you know, under the surface, not just, hey, how was your day? Like, we
Right.
got off the elevator. When we were on the elevator, he's like, how was work? I was like, it was fine. Good.
Because I'm the one that usually
Whatever.
has to remind
and
her.
then he's like, well, my day was good.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
oh,
can I-
you know,
Yeah.
but again, I'm just
Something, yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
go about your day and
Right.
you don't
Yeah.
think that that's
And
as
I always talk to
important.
her about pausing. You
But it
gotta,
is important
yeah,
to
you
him.
gotta stop the. It's easy to get into a rut.
Yeah.
That's
To work.
easy.
Yeah.
Now you robots at the house. Like if I wanted that, I would have got a roommate. I don't want a roommate.
Right.
I could have a roommate I could go online right now and get a roommate.
Right.
I don't want a roommate.
You can.
I want a wife.
You can.
No. So I wanna, and like I
Where
tell
she
her,
go sleep? You
Right.
gonna pay these bills,
Right.
roommate?
I
You know
want-
what I'm
Them
saying?
I
bills
want
gonna keep
below the
coming.
right.
Hold up.
I want, and I tell her, you got to pause a moment. I want
Right.
below the surface. I don't just want surface. I want, like, I tell her when we got our shows, that phone, she, you know, this is my wife. I'm like, baby,
I'm getting
when we got a show, this
put
at
that in
least
my
for that
vows.
time.
That's
Like,
our
it ain't
time.
nothing to me.
That's our time.
That's our time.
That's
Yeah.
our time.
And
It
y'all
is.
enjoying it. And like
Yeah.
in relationships, marriage, like even ours. I'm like, I'm enjoying. It's like a fantasy. People be looking at me. I'm like, it's a fan. It's good.
Yeah.
You
It's
love being
it's
with
really
your
good.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
happy, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
We
It's a
were not designed
lifetime.
to be alone.
No.
No,
God
that's-
did not.
That's why he made us,
Yep.
Eve.
I mean,
Because
Adam didn't even know why he was lonely.
Yeah.
God put him to sleep. I know that when he woke up and saw Eve,
he was ready.
No, wait a minute. When she bit that apple,
Right.
God said,
Yeah.
he said, whoa, she got a body.
Yes.
I didn't see this before.
because when he say, what is,
But I
because the
wanna
scripture
eat the
say,
apple.
the scripture say their eyes were open,
Yes.
and they realized they nakedness. Now I don't know, I can't remember the scripture
Like,
verbatim,
but
but
I tell my wife,
Oh.
I'm like, I ain't gonna eat the apple.
Ah.
I ain't gonna eat the apple.
So we crack up. So
Yeah,
anytime he feels that I'm being more aggressive or
I'm
trying
like,
to take over, he be like, okay, Eve, I ain't Adam.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna bite that.
I ain't gonna eat that apple.
I ain't gonna eat the apple.
I ain't
No.
gonna eat that.
God said no.
Yeah, I'm
God
not gonna
said
eat
no.
it.
Yeah.
Don't
I
eat
think
it.
that's just the nature of women to kind of.
But we enjoy
Oh, the
it.
takeover, yeah.
The
Yeah,
takeover.
but we
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And
No, that's all. That every woman I've ever been with
Yeah.
has been
Yeah,
like that.
I'm a
Like
takeover.
I'm to take.
We-
Yeah, that I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just told him, you know what you I said, you already know what you're married when we was on. You knew I was outspoken and I love to be a leader and all of that
Yeah,
type of
that's
stuff.
But that's the part. That's part of
That's
part
what
of
you
what.
signed up for.
That's what you
Yeah.
said. You
But that's the
said
part I
that-
was attracted to. Yeah.
Blink if
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah, it's a friendship. It was
Yeah.
actual friendship.
Yeah, that's the part that's one
So-
of the characteristics I was attracted to. I don't want to push over. I don't want to. Okay, no,
me
I
off.
don't want that.
Wait a minute, George. James said he said one time pass away, become a
yeah.
widow. He said he gonna get a yes. He
getting
said
a
I'm
yes.
gonna get a
I'm getting a
woman
yes
that's gonna be
woman.
like yes.
I'm
I'm sorry, I'm getting a
I
yes
said you
woman.
lying.
Right. Because that yes woman ain't going to work with George.
Look, George, he
No,
lying.
I don't.
He
You
lying.
lying,
George,
James.
yeah.
I know James enough
Nah.
to know that ain't gonna work.
Just
He
for
would
a
be.
day.
You would be so
no,
bored.
just for a day.
Like,
Just for a day.
just for one. Just to
Just
see
for
how I
a
feel.
day.
Just to see how I feel.
They say
And I'm
yes
gonna say,
every
I'm like,
day.
yeah, I'm
Like
oh my
old
God.
girl and coming to America.
Yeah.
Yes,
Whatever
that's my
you
key.
like.
Whatever you like.
But like you said, we love
pause,
the
back to
challenge.
normal.
We love
Yeah,
the challenge.
okay, you
Life.
can go now. You can go now.
That is
But like I
hilarious.
said, we love y'all and we thank y'all for coming
Love
on
y'all
the
too.
show.
Love y'all too.
We appreciate
Thank
everything
you.
and all
Most
the
definitely.
all the great work
Yes,
that you're
yes,
doing.
yes, yes.
And like he said before, make sure y'all guys grab his book.
Grab it.
Because it's
George and
very
Junior
good.
Lover,
Amazon.
Amazon.
Cause we James and I are blessed to really meet in our tenure of being married some really, really dope people. And like the first time we met at the authors event,
Yes.
we connected.
Yes, we did.
immediately.
And not knowing
Yes,
that
we
you was
did.
my soror boo, right?
I
You
remember.
didn't even know.
I didn't
Yup.
even know, right?
Yeah.
That's-
And we're meeting a lot of talented black people.
Yeah,
Yes,
we love
Like
it.
there's
there's a
so
lot of
much
them here.
talent
There's
here.
a lot of. We talk
love
about that
our
all the time.
blackness.
and that healthy relationships,
Healthy.
black relationship do exist.
They do.
Now,
They
is
do.
it perfect? No.
Right, no.
But we still working every day to be the best self for each other to change the trajectory of
Right.
what people think we are. But
Right.
I'll be like, babe, I know more positive African American couples than
Yeah.
we hear about the
And then-
statistics.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Right.
us. It's like us. We're painting a narrative. Like
Yeah.
we're showing
Right.
what we really are.
Right.
And what I used to
That's
post, what I
good.
used to post all the time on Facebook, because then you see a lot of where are the good dudes, there are no good
They're
men.
here.
They're
And
here,
And
ladies.
that's why I'm like, well, let me be an example. They
Right.
are here. While I'm
Right.
not perfect, that I am a good man. There
Right.
are good men. And I get so tired of that narrative. There are good fathers. There
Yes.
are
Yes,
present
they are.
fathers.
Yep.
They are
Yep.
present
Yeah.
fa-
And
present
women, we
fathers.
have
Yes.
great men here.
Yes.
Get out there, men. We have some great women.
Yes.
Take,
We do.
Yeah.
look,
Go
get
to my paint
over.
sip.
A lot of
Go-
girlfriends
paint-
that are good.
Go to my paint sips.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Yes.
single, eligible, good
Get
women.
the courage. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Step
It's the
up.
courage.
But you
It's the
I
courage.
was like, where do
I
you
think-
go? And
I
they go to
think
the
they've
same
been hurt.
places to meet them. That's
I
part of
think
the
they've
problem.
been hurt.
It's
Yeah,
hurt.
it's a lot
It's
of hurt,
hurt.
but you
Yeah.
got to get over that
That's
hurt.
what I'm
You gotta
saying. You
work
gotta
through
man
it.
up
You got to
and
work
work
through
through
it.
it.
A living
Absolutely.
example that you can still find
You
love.
can
Yeah.
still find love because
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
We did because when we, I was going through a breakup, and I
Yeah.
was like out here dating a little bit. And I was like, oh, I'm done. God, if you don't send me a consistent man, a loving man, a man that loves you, I don't want him. Because
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
We're
was.
bringing hope.
Yeah,
Right.
I
I've
did.
talked to late 20 and early 30-year-old people who talking about I'm giving up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know why? Because
Jesus.
they have this,
Ugh.
I have had so many people tell me, because my husband's like, tell our boys, go and get married, right? They're like, no, they need to live their life and enjoy their 20s. And I'd be like, well, I was married at 22.
Yeah.
So, I said, it didn't stop me from being who God wanted me to be. And me,
Back in the day, that
because,
was
I still
people-
kick it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't stop life, right?
No, it
Right.
shouldn't.
And actually, it enhanced who I am, right?
Right.
That's my better half.
Right.
And so I tell people, the best advice, when God send your Boaz to you, reach out. I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'd rather watching my dad pass away and later, the past couple years.
Yeah.
I really totally believe he died of a heartbreak. He didn't have that significant other.
Yeah.
He had his daughters,
Yeah,
but you didn't
that's-
have that significant other like, hey, boo,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
flirt
you.
with
Right,
me.
right.
Right.
Let's
Loving
play
on them like
games
that.
and stuff like that,
Yes.
right?
Right.
It was a broken heart. And I said, I never want to see anybody become that age where they're by themselves. You need,
Yes.
God, this is why God made,
Yep, he designed
Yeah.
us to not be
designed us
alone.
He
to
knew what he
not to
was
be
doing.
alone.
Yeah.
Right?
He knew
So
what he
I'm
was
like,
doing.
y'all 30, 40, tell me I'm still waiting. I ain't financially ready and all this.
Okay.
You ready now. You
Okay.
ready
Right.
now. You ready now.
I don't
Okay.
want kids.
Right.
Man, our
Look,
grandparents
kids
made it
is not
happen. They
here
got
young.
married. Our grandparents married in 18, 19, 20,
14.
and struggled together, made it
Yeah,
happen.
Right.
Absolutely.
And you would have never thought. And been married for
Right.
30, 40, 50
Right.
years.
So I always wonder where did that stereotype, where the transition changed, where we now think we have to start getting married at 20, at the end of our 20s, early 30s
Yeah.
or 40s. No. I'm happy to have my kids older because I know if I had kids now, I'm tired.
Girl,
I'm gonna say
who
this.
you telling?
I'm gonna say this about.
Kobe.
When me
Kobe
and
Bear, I'm
George got
sorry. Mama
together-
tired.
When me and George got
Look.
together, I was like, do you want any more kids? He was like, no, I'm fine. You know, I had my son kind of late. It's all good. I said, good, because I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of
I'm
folks.
tired.
Look,
Yeah.
I had my son when I was 35, and I knew there was a reason why you were meant to have kids early.
Yeah.
He was a good baby, but he wore me out. I was
Wore you
35.
out.
I was 35 and
Right.
worn out. I'm like, Lord.
Right.
And I was the one kicking it while all of my friends they needed babysitters.
Babies, yeah.
And although I'm glad I didn't have any kids by any of my previous girlfriends, it's like there was a part of me that's jealous. Cause I'm like, man, now my best friend, she kicks it.
Right.
She a grandparent.
Kids are grown.
She ain't
Grown,
number
grown.
52
And you can
and she
send them
kicks
on
it.
home,
Right.
right?
Bye. Love
Bye,
you.
grandbaby.
And I don't have any grandbabies yet. I have a grandpup. But
Yep.
that's about it. We don't have no
Yeah.
babies yet.
I
but
tell my
yeah.
kids, don't wait to, because
Nah.
I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be,
Yeah.
my name is
Right.
Gigi.
Right.
Right.
I'm not grandma.
Right.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
Gigi
Gigi.
too.
Right.
I told I got a hat that says Gigi because I have a grandpup.
Grandma.
I'm not grandma. I'm
We need
Gigi.
I'm not
Gigi.
grandma. I'm
We're going to
Gigi.
put a
But
missing
I want to
milk
have that
commercial.
energy for
Right,
them.
to be able to handle them and have fun.
So I
and
never
bring them
regret.
home.
I never regretted having
I know that's right.
my babies early,
Yeah.
and then
No.
now they think we
Blessing.
brother and sister. People like you got 23.
Mhm.
Nah.
I'm not
I
happy.
be like, yeah,
There you
my
go.
daughter 25. I be like,
Yes.
And I'm 28.
There's somebody doing the math like,
Yeah, they like,
nah.
they just going to ignore it like,
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
So
I know.
moral of the story, do not hesitate on finding your love.
No.
Don't go by
No.
society norms
No.
when
If you find it, seek it.
Yeah.
Seek it.
Yeah. It's rare.
Right.
It's
because
weird.
That's what we did.
and we can,
A thank you, and here we are. It was a simple
thank you.
That's our time. I'm
Thank you. Simple
Lord,
thank you,
Lord.
sis. That was it. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
I didn't post
right.
no wedding dress on his page.
No.
I didn't post no
You came,
can
she
marry
came
me
differently. She
now.
did. She came
No,
differently.
God.
Thank you.
I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
What?
Because that's how I
The
want
Just
to
be
be
your
to love me.
authentic
Yeah,
self.
The
that's it.
entitlement.
That's it. That's all you need. And that we
It's-
rest our case.
Lord.
So thank you again for joining James and I on another episode of Love Experience.